Hello. All right, it is Thursday, Friday. It's Friday. I got a new. I was gonna wait, but I couldn't. My camera mount that attaches to the rearview mirror melted on one side, so it wasn't holding my camera very well. And anyway, I had a gift card that I got from Flip, the cross-hosting software, because I have a link down below. If anybody signs up for Flip, I get a $10 Amazon gift card. So I used it to get a new mount for my camera because the other one, again, it melted. I don't know if I can show you guys how tweaked this is. I don't know if you'll be able to see. This is supposed to be flat, like, you know, a 45-degree angle. I think that's what it is, or 90-degree. Anyway, it's not. You can see, and it just kept falling off the mirror. I had it held up there with some of my old masks that are riding around on the dash. So, you know, I was keeping it in place with those, but they weren't working great, and it still kept moving all the time. So anyway, I got this new one. I'm not going to leave it in the car. I mean, I'm not going to leave it on the rearview mirror when I'm not using it. I'm going to take it off until I move because everything melts in Arizona. So anyway, so we're trying the new camera mount. I haven't adjusted it fully, so I don't know. Anyway, could I say anyway more times? Oh, I stopped at the place where I buy ice because I noticed that they had shaved ice, slushy kind of things. Okay, that's making a horrible sound. Anyway, I got one and I had her mix strawberry and watermelon, and one of the flavors is sugar-free, the other one isn't, because they're limited on the number of sugar-free flavors that they have. But I'm gonna try this. I got a huge one and it was $5. I might go for the next size down next time, because I don't need that much sugar or whatever. Anyway, I don't like driving with my sunglasses on, but it's very bright today. I don't know if my eyes are just being extra sensitive or if there's a little bit of clouds in the sky and they maybe are making the sun more reflective. I don't know. Okay, that's not gonna bother me. Now I'm facing the other way, so it's not as bad. So I am going to the post office. I was going on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but my schedule, because of when I've been getting orders lately, I've been going on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I'll occasionally drop off if there's anything on Saturday. Like if I get any sales tonight, then I would drop those off tomorrow while I'm out running around if I go to any estate sales. There's one or two estate sales that I found that were open yesterday that are also going today. Today's the second day. One of them, today is the second day, and there's 4 total days. So they're not going to be marked down very much today. This thing's crooked. I need to mess with it some more. Anyway, so that one, and it's not a company that I'm crazy about. Like, they're kind of expensive usually. So I might stop by that one just to see what's there and what the prices are like, and if I think it's going to be worth going back tomorrow or Sunday. Then there's another one that started yesterday, and tomorrow is the last day. So I don't know if it's just going to be 25% off today. I think so. But I want to stop at that one and see what's there and how the prices are, and then I could always go back tomorrow. That one's not very far from where I'm going to the post office, so it's not like I'm going to be going way out of my way to go check out this estate sale and burning up gas for nothing, you know. And there's always the chance that I will find something that is reasonably priced enough for me to buy it before it's 50% off. So it can happen. It has happened before. I gotta mess with this. Anyway, that's what I'm doing right now. I'll come back on if anything exciting happens. I just uploaded my Solds video very early this morning, so this will not get uploaded today or tomorrow even, probably. Alright, I have dropped off my packages at the post office, and there is one estate sale. I thought I was going to go to a second one, but I think there's just one that I'm going to stop at today, and it started yesterday. So today's the second day, tomorrow is the last day. Everything should be at least 25% off, and I've gotten stuff at estate sales by this company before, so they don't have, usually, they don't have horrible prices, and I think I've gone to them on the 25% off days and gotten a few things. So if it's the same company I'm thinking it is, I might find some things today. I don't know. Anyway, it's back sort of toward the direction where I live, but west of that. So I'm going to drive there, and I wanted to address something that I brought up at the end of my Solds video, and that is whether or not I'm going to monetize this channel. I just don't know. I don't know if it's, you know, going to be more of a pain in the butt than it's worth. I don't ever see myself blowing up into one of those YouTubers that has thousands and thousands of viewers. It doesn't make sense for that to happen. There's a very specific demographic who like my channel and can relate to me, and it's typically, not always, but typically women who are, you know, over 50. Now, I said typically, so it's a broad sweep, whatever you want to call it, you know. There's going to be some guys, there's going to be some women that are under 50, but the majority of people, I think, who watch my channel regularly are in my age range, you know, and I'm 64. So, and it makes sense because those people would be able to relate to me more than someone else. Now, I have had a handful of younger viewers make comments and stuff, you know. I think those people, I might remind them of their grandma, or, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of a thing. Oh, here, I'm going to fight with this thing. Oh, maybe not. The sun is in a weird spot, and I need to put my sunglasses on, but I feel weird talking to the camera when I have my glasses on. And because it seems less personal that way. I don't know if that makes sense, but it just seems like it's less personal. This way it feels like I'm talking to you, not at you. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe you guys don't. Makes no difference to you. I have no clue. That's just my feelings on it, whatever. So, anyway, as far as the channel goes and monetization, it's going to be a while, even if I could, or even if I decided I wanted to. I have to have at least 1,000 subscribers to monetize the channel. It's, you know, I take note of how many I have. Every once in a while I'll be surprised and be like, oh, I had 500, you know. So I think I did a video at one point when I'd hit, I want to say 100 subscribers. It was like a big deal for me, you know. And I still am amazed that even 100 people want to watch me and listen to me yammer on about nothing half the time, more than half the time. Like this, I'm just rambling in my car, you know. But I get it, because there's certain people that I watch when I'm packing up shipping, or if I'm listing, and you know, I don't just sit and not listen to anything, you know. Now, if I have to really focus on something, or if I'm researching prices and I'm like trying to be extra careful, I will pause videos, because it's like when you're driving. I don't know if anybody else does this. Makes no sense at all, but I know some of my friends do this because we've discussed it on Facebook. Turn down the volume in your car on your radio when you're trying to find an address. I don't know what that is, because it's not like your eyes are going to work better because you can't hear anything, but it's so strange. I'm not the only one that does that, you know. So like your music's up loud or whatever, and you're trying to find a location, you turn the radio down so that you can find it better. It doesn't make any sense at all, but I know I'm not the only one that does that. So things like that, you know. Anyway, I think that for some people I'm relatable. You know, some of the struggles or things that I'm talking about, other people have had similar issues in their lives, and so, you know, something I say might resonate with them, and that's why I watch other people. Something, you know, that they're doing or talking about hits, you know, it hits, and it's something that is a concern for me, or an issue for me, or something that I also believe, or you know what I mean. So, you know, that's how you end up with people subscribed. And I'm just who I am. So, you know, and I have a mouth, and I'm not going to watch my mouth. You know, and some people might get offended. Oh, fucking well, I don't care. You know, they don't have to watch me, and that's the way I look at it. You know, it's like friends that I have. People don't have to be friends with me. You know, if they don't like how I am, there's other people out there they can be friends with. I'm not changing who I am for anyone. And, you know, I don't care. And especially not YouTube, because it's not even something that I care about, or a person that I give a shit about, you know. I don't care. You know, sure, it would be nice to monetize and make some money off of this, but it's not why I started doing it. And, you know, I kind of just wanted to chronicle all the crap that I'm doing and going through, and how things are going with my eBay store and reselling in general. Also, if there's anything I learn, I want to share that with people, because that's how I learned. You know, I watched other people who were resellers for 3 months. For those of you who haven't been around from the beginning, and it's been over 2 years now that I've been doing this, I basically put myself in school, like eBay school, you know, and I watched other resellers for 3 months straight, just to learn everything I could about shipping, about what to buy, you know, all of it. And, you know, I was still terrified. The shipping thing, for whatever reason, was my sticking point. That was the thing that held me up the most, was I was just afraid of the whole shipping thing. Now, it's like second nature. So if that's what you're afraid of, and that's why you haven't started selling yet, just do it and you'll get comfortable. You know, it comes, and you learn, you know, how not to pack things so they don't break, or how to pack things so they don't break. The other thing that I do, and this is just me, and this is, you know, so that I'm not off on my weights with stuff, and I don't end up eating shipping costs because I didn't weigh something. When I'm taking my photos, you know, for my listings, I put the item, the last photo I take is me putting the item on my scale. And I take a photo of the weight of the item. Now, by the size of the item, because I've also got pictures for that item, the first pictures I take are the measurements, usually, at least one measurement of the item, the longest, tallest, whatever, widest. That part of the item gets measured so that the buyer can see how big it is, and so that I know what size box I'm going to have to use. I have a general idea how much my boxes weigh. So taking that into consideration and the weight of the item, I can kind of ballpark figure out how much that thing's going to weigh pretty closely. You know, you add a few ounces for crunchy paper or bubble wrap or whatever, your label and your tape and stuff. And, you know, so if my box is a 10-ounce box and the item weighs 6 ounces, it's probably going to end up being over a pound by the time I put packing materials in and all of that. So I don't want to put it in as 16 ounces or 1 pound and then go over and I have to eat that extra cost, you know. So I will generally increase by a couple ounces just to be on the safe side. Sometimes you might have to increase the box size, like you think it's going to fit in a 10 by 10 by 10, but it doesn't, you know. So you have to put it in a bigger box, cut it down a little bit, but that still adds a few inches to the box size, and that can throw you into the next price bracket, you know. Now I need to pull over and see where this estate sale is exactly, because it's in this neck of the woods, but I'm not sure exactly where. So I'm going to find out where I'm headed. I had a general idea of the location, but I need more precise at this point. So I am going to park here for a second, look it up, and somebody's following me. You might see me on the news. Anyway, all right. I might be back. All right. I went to the one estate sale. I couldn't find it. GPS was not working. It kept sending me in circles, and the neighborhood is kind of weird, like the roads are strange, and so I finally had to pull up the location and look at the map myself and not follow Google's street stuff, because they just had me driving around circles. They didn't even have me go down the right road. So anyway, I finally got there. I picked up a handful of things. I cannot show you because I wrapped everything up in paper. I'm sweating to death because I had to come out to my car, and fortunately I have a roll of an end roll in the back of the car, so and a pair of scissors because I'm prepared for weird things. So that's how my brain works. I don't want to forget anything. I don't want to have to go. I'm a good person to take with you if you're going on vacation, because I make lists, and I will make a list for the vacation for weeks before the trip. Just every little possible thing that you might need on the trip. I don't like having to spend money on unnecessary crap that I already have when I'm out of town. So if I already have it, and you know, I think I'm gonna need it, I will take it with me if it will fit in the suitcase or the bags or whatever, you know. And then I don't have to buy shit out of town on vacation where it's gonna be twice as expensive. That's just kind of how I roll. Anyway, so I didn't get anything that was crazy good, but I'm hoping that a few of these things will sell, you know, relatively quick. Some of the smaller stuff that I have in my store, I can keep if I really like it, and it's something that I really want to keep in my store. I can keep that stuff. If I wrap the stuff up, you know, in paper and stuff, it'll be okay. I'll have maybe 2 boxes worth of things that I'll keep that, you know, won't get sold at the swap meet. I don't want to take this little stuff to the swap meet. This kind of crap. Anyway, I can't show you anything. Everything's wrapped. So I did find something that I have sold in the past. Well, not the whole thing. These, I sold the insert, the ceramic part that goes inside these mugs. I sold one of them, and I got it in an auction lot. It was just this random cup. I used Google Lens to figure out what it was, and I sold it, and I sold it for, I mean, it wasn't a ton of money, but it was decent, you know, and I didn't even have a clue what it was. Well, I found them with the part that they sit in today. There's 2 of them, so I grabbed those. Can't remember how much they were. It was 25% off today, though. So anyway, by the time I upload this video, if I do, I will have taken photos of the stuff that I bought, and I will put the pictures in at the end with some music playing or whatever, and I'll just show each item for a few seconds so you guys can see what I grabbed. Or at the end of this clip, if I come back tomorrow, which I might, because they had a couple things that I just didn't want to pay more than 50% for. So if I come back tomorrow, or if I go to any other ones, I might have some more footage. You know, but I'll put the pictures in from this estate sale right after this clip. So you guys will know what came from where. Not that it matters, but it will matter for me in the future if I go back. Like if I ever need a reference for what I paid for something or where I got it, you know, then I've got footage. Even if I haven't shared it with you guys, I've still got footage for a lot of stuff. People are driving all dipshitty today. What everyone's problem is. Anyway. Alright, I think that's it for now. It's so hot today. They said it was supposed to. I thought I was going to stop talking, but you know me. It was supposed to be around 101 today, or 100, up to maybe 103. Then when I listened earlier, they said 106 was what it was going to be today. I'm like, that's great, you know. Which, if they say 106, it's actually closer to 108, 110. They lie. They don't get the actual temperature where most people live. They're taking the temperature at the airport under some shade by a swimming pool or something, because they never have it right. The temperature where I live anyway is never, it's always hotter than the temperature that they report from the airport. So, and that's outside on a shaded patio with ceiling fans going, you know. I don't even want to know what it is in the direct sun. Oh God, I cannot believe I used to lay out in this crap. Like, what was I thinking? I was not thinking. I don't know. I liked having a tan. For some reason in my brain, and maybe this was my mother and it's her fault, because she used to bake in the sun, like all summer. She would lay out in the sun in the swimming pool and just roast her skin. She always had a tan. And so when I hit my teen years, I started laying out, you know. Not because she did it, but just because I liked having a tan. So, and I have to wear makeup, you know. I hated wearing makeup. I've never been a big makeup person. I mean, there's times when I've worn it for sure, but it's just, especially like foundation stuff, no, I always hated that crap. It made my skin feel dirty. It felt like I was clogging my pores, which is what I was doing, you know. When you wear all that crap on your face, it just, your skin can't breathe. So it's like with fingernails. I very rarely paint my nails. I haven't put nail polish on a fingernail in probably close to 20 years. All it does is make them brittle. And I think it's because it smothers the nail bed. It can't breathe, and your nails get brittle, you know. So I just don't put anything on them. Anyway, they break, I file them down, and they grow again. And sometimes you guys will see them, and I'll have nubs, and then at some point, this one will be an inch long, or not quite that long, but half an inch maybe, you know. And then I'll break it, and I'll start over. So, anyway, I'm probably going to break all of them in the process of moving, which is fine. Not like it matters. Alright, I think I'm done now. So, I will see you guys next time I record, maybe tomorrow. Bye. Hello. It is Saturday now. I got one item at the auction, and if that was the only thing I was going to that part of town for, I would not be picking it up today. I would call them and tell them that I'd be out another day. But I'm going back to the estate sale that I went to yesterday, and I picked up a few things. You guys probably heard me talk about that, and you may have seen some photos if I put them in. I took pictures of everything after I got home, and I got all but 2 things listed last night. So one thing, I think there's just one thing left. I got another item. Okay, I had 2 things that weren't listed this morning when I woke up, and I got one of them listed, so now I've just got one left. If I could learn to say things in the proper order. I have only been awake for a couple of hours, and I have not been talking. So my mouth and brain don't work together very well. If nothing has come out of my mouth for a while. I have just enough on my Starbucks card to get one more drink. So I'm going to get that on my way. I got the slushy thing yesterday. It worked out fine, and I will start doing that when I'm gonna go run my errands and stuff and go to the estate sales. But I'm gonna have to add some water to it when I first get it, because it took like half an hour before I could really get anything to drink out of the cup, and it was super sweet, you know, until it got diluted a little bit. I don't want something super sweet, because then that doesn't quench my thirst. So, you know, I'm starting to see yard sale signs. I saw one in my neighborhood when I was leaving. There's another one. They got balloons and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, maybe I'll hit some yard sales on my way home after they've been at it for a few hours and they're tired and hot and they don't want to do it anymore. You miss out on stuff, but you can get good prices then, because they want to put everything away or throw it out, you know, if it's an actual yard sale. Now, a lot of these people I've noticed around here, I don't even stop, because when you drive by, you can tell that everything they're selling is new, and it's the multi-level marketing crap, like the cookware and you know, that kind of stuff, and I have no interest in that, you know. So those people get sucked into that, and they spend all their money because they get talked into buying all this crap, and then they sell to all of their friends and relatives, and then they run out of people. So they have to have yard sales, and I'm sure they're either breaking even or maybe taking a loss sometimes at a yard sale, because nobody's going to pay what the retail price would be for that item at a yard sale unless they're an idiot. So I don't know. Anyway, so I'm on my way to pick up one thing. It's a wall planter. It's bigger than the ones I've gotten before, but it's really pretty, and they look like they sell okay. I'm not gonna make a ton of money on it. I bid on a couple of other things, but I didn't get them. This is the only thing that no one bid against me. So I'm like, that's fine. I don't care. I'm I'm not gonna bid up. Just, it's not like it used to be, you know. Right now I need to squeeze every little penny out of everything I buy. And if I'm paying $10 for something instead of $5, you know, that's less profit, so I'm not doing it. I will just get the things that are in my budget where I will make enough of a profit for it to be worth it. That's really what it boils down to. And I did pick up a couple things yesterday. They were stupid for me to pick up because I'm not going to make a lot of money on them, but the profit margin on them is good. It's just not going to be a huge amount. Like, you know, if I paid $2 for it and I can sell it for $12, that's a pretty good profit margin. It's just not a lot of money. So, you know, that's okay. Anyway, I'm getting close to the Starbucks. I will maybe hop back on here after I go to the estate sale, the one that I was at yesterday, and let you guys know if they had any of the stuff left. I didn't get out of the house as early as I wanted to. It's still not even 9:30, so I did better than usual. I'm out earlier than usual. But I wanted to try and get out of the house by 8 o'clock because the estate sales, generally, most of them start at 8, so they're open at 8 o'clock, but there's also a million people, and I don't want to deal with all of that. So, you know, if stuff's gone, it's gone. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to stress over it. You know, if it's gone, I wasn't supposed to get it, and that's just the way I look at it. You know, that's kind of how I have to think right now. Anyway, I'm at Starbucks, so this is for sure going to be the last one for a long time. I'm not spending money here anymore. It's too expensive. And if I get the next size down on the slushie, it's like $2 less than coming here, and it's the same size. Then I can throw a little bit of water in it so that I'll actually have something, and it'll water down the flavor a little bit so that it's not so sweet. I don't need a ton of flavor. I just need some flavor, you know. And maybe I'll tell her when she makes it next time to put about half the amount of flavor that they normally do, because I don't need that much. Anyway, all right, that's it for now. Okay, I stopped at the estate sale that I went to yesterday. They still had a few things. They had some things I didn't see yesterday because they were on a wall. Okay, in case you haven't been to an estate sale before or you don't do it very often, look at the walls, because a lot of people do not look at the walls. They look at everything that's on the tables. They look at stuff that's, you miss. Look underneath tables on the floor and look at the walls, because a lot of times there is stuff in those spots that no one has noticed. And I get stuff off the walls, or that's in an obscure, if it's not in the regular range of a person's eyesight, people might miss it. So look in weird places for stuff. So I'm just going to show you guys really quick, because I need to hit another estate sale before I go to the auction. I think that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, okay, so I got these. They were on a wall, $3 a piece, and I got them for $1.50 because, and I've sold masks before, and I actually had a couple of them that were the same size, that were mine, and so there's the second one. Yeah, anyway, I got each of these for $1.50. Very cute. They really are dusty. They've been on the wall for a while, but super cute, totally worth it. They do not sell for a ton. I can't remember what I've sold them for in the past, but they sell. And those, they're very nice. I just need to clean them up because, again, they're covered in they're just really dusty. I dusted some of it off before I put them in the bag. This is gonna crunch, so you'll have to excuse me. I did not get a ton of stuff at this one because I got some stuff here yesterday. Okay, so these plates were $1.50 each. Now, I normally stay away from plates, but I sold a larger one of these recently, and it did okay for me. So went ahead and grabbed these two smaller ones, and again, these were $1.50 each. And then I got one big one, like the one that I sold, and this one was $3. So it would have been better if it was a little bit cheaper, and they had more, but I wasn't sure. This one was the most ornate of the bunch, so that's why I grabbed it. And these two, one is Westminster Abbey, and I can't remember what the other one is, but they seemed like they might be Warwick Castle. So, you know, they seemed like plates that might be a little bit more popular. I don't know if I'm right or not. I didn't even Google lens them, nothing. So now I got this Kokopelli. I probably shouldn't have, because I've got a couple, or at least one for sure, in my store. This guy's a candle holder, and he's really cool. He's still got the tag on him. He's wrought iron. Anyway, I thought he was very cool. I paid $4 for him. So he was $8. Anyway, I couldn't believe he was still there, because there was another one too, but this one was nicer than the other one. They had them priced the same. I was like, no, no, I'm not paying the same for one that's not even nearly as cool as the first one. Okay, and then I got one breakable, and this is another Unicat. I picked up a couple things yesterday. I wasn't sure what they were going to be worth, but it turns out, I mean, they're not worth a ton, but they're worth more than I expected. So, and I've got those listed. They're Unicat, and anyway, so I got this one. I paid $3 for this. I'm not sure if this is a sugar bowl or what this is, but it's very cute. Anyway, so that's what I got at this estate sale. I'm gonna get going to this other one. It's supposed to be a packed house, I think, and they say that, and you look at the photos and it's just wall-to-wall crap. And I think today is the second day. The only problem with the one that I'm going to is it's an estate sale company that I don't care for, because their prices are a little high, or they have been when I've gone in the past. So I may not find anything just because of that, you know, because I'm not overpaying for anything right now. Like the stuff that I got today may not bring in a ton of money, but I will be able to make a nice profit based on what I paid, if that makes any sense, as long as they sell before I move. I don't want to be dragging this stuff in a U-Haul, so I have to hope that these things will sell by the end of October, you know, before I go to the swap meet. So if not, then I'll have to figure it out. Some of the stuff I will take with me, but not, I'm gonna have to be very picky about what goes with me to Kentucky and what gets sold at the swap meet, you know. So I have to think like a swap meet buyer, and, you know, base what I think people will buy on what I take with me. I love these masks. The one that I had, a friend of mine got me in New Orleans when they were on vacation. So they're just really cool. I'm not sure where these came from. There's nothing on them, but I have sold them before. So I know they will sell. I don't know how fast they're gonna sell. And I don't know if I want to sell them all together. Ugh, dusty. I have wipes in here somewhere. Anyway, I've got to find this other estate sale and get my butt out of here. So I will check back in with you guys after I stop at the next one. Okay, I wanted to show you guys what I got at the auction before I pack it away. So anyway, before I put it away, wrapped up, it's a wall pocket. I think I may have mentioned that, but I didn't show you what it looks like. It's very pretty. And there's a maker on the back of it. Can't read it right now, but I already did the draft in my listings for this because I knew from the photos exactly what it was, where it was made, all that good stuff. So anyway, and I cannot remember what these sell for, but they do sell, and I paid $6 and change for this. It's the only thing I got at the auction today. So, and I probably would not have paid that much for this, like at an estate sale. It probably would have been, if they were pricing things fairly, and I got it on 50% off day, this probably would have been around $4 or $5. So, you know, that's okay. I hope that this sells before I move, because this is big, and I'm sorry about all the crunching. I do not want to be dragging big things with me to Kentucky. The stuff that I'm going to hang on to for my store, hopefully I will be able to just keep smaller items so that I can put everything in just a few boxes and it won't take up very much room. I don't want to be dragging inventory across country. This stupid thing is not, still not used to this mount. But at least it's not tweaked like the other one was, because it was a mess. Anyway, all right, that's it. I've got at least one estate sale that I'm going to that's back closer to where I live, and possibly another one on the way to that one. I have to look and see where they are on the map and see if this other one was going yesterday, because I will not go on the first day anymore. It's just not worth it. You know, that the stuff might be there, there's more stuff, but it's way overpriced, and I'm just not doing that right now. So anyway, that's it for now. All right, this is the third time I've tried coming to one of the sales, the estate sales put on by this specific company, and every time I've gone to one, they've been overpriced, and this was no different. Just the 50% off prices were still more than what you want to spend if you're a reseller. And even really, they weren't great prices if I was buying stuff to keep, you know? I don't know how. And they have the majority of the estate sales, especially in this area. They're everywhere, and I don't know how they're getting all of the estate sales, or how they're getting most of they have the lion's share of the estate sales, and I don't know if their rates are cheaper and that's how they're doing it. You know, like, I don't know how these places do this, but they probably charge a percentage of whatever the sales generated are, and you know, maybe they have a lower percentage that they charge, but everything is so overpriced. I saw so many people leaving without anything, and there was still a bunch of stuff in the house. And in case you're wondering, and you're in Phoenix or Metro Phoenix, it's the 360 Estate Sales Company. I don't know what they are doing with all of the merchandise that doesn't sell. They may have some kind of a deal where they get to keep everything for a specific amount. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're pricing up for a reason. and not selling things for a reason. And there's got to be something in it for them. You know, I cannot figure it out. Maybe somebody out there knows. You know, if they've got a person that comes in and just buys up everything and they get top dollar that way, I can't imagine anyone spending the money that they're asking, even at 50% off. I mean, I can't see anyone in their right mind going in on day one and buying anything at any of their estate sales, because the prices are just so high. Unbelievable. Anyway, I will not, even on the last day, go to another 360 estate sale. Not happening. It's just, and I know that there was a specific item, and I sold one recently. It was a, I can't remember the brand. I think it was Lefton, and it was an Irish girl music box kind of a thing. The bottom twisted, and I think it played My Irish Rose, and I cannot remember what the price tag was on it just now, but I was like, are you kidding me? Because even at 50% off, it was still like $12.50 or $15, and I don't remember selling mine for a whole lot more than that. You know, totally not worth it. And that's just one item. They had some Starbucks mugs, and those were priced at $6. And they weren't the ones that are like super popular that'll sell for a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. And those were cheap for them, for their how they usually price things. So yeah, I will not be bothering with any of their, and it's unfortunate because, again, they have the lion's share. When you see, if you go to estatesales.net and you look at the map and you put in sales today or whatever, you know, it'll show there's little flags everywhere of all the estate sales in the area that you have designated, you know, and more than half of them are this company. So again, I don't know how they're getting all the estate sales. I don't know what they're doing with all of this merchandise that they're not selling at the estate sales, because today was the last day and all of that stuff is still sitting there, and whoever hired them to sell all of their crap is not, you know, stuff that should have sold is not selling. So I don't understand. I don't know. Anyway, that's my gripe about this particular company. Not doing it again. Anyway, I am off to another estate sale that's back toward my neck of the woods. And after that one, I think I'm done. Because again, you know, more than half of the estate sales are this stupid company. I'm not even going to bother. This is at least the third time I've given them, you know, a shot, and I've gone in on the last day and there's a bunch of stuff still in the house and people are walking out empty-handed. Things are overpriced. I don't understand what their deal is and how they're getting away with running estate sales where they're not selling all the merchandise, and the tables are still quite full, you know. I don't know. Oh well, my tirade, I can't shut up about it because it's annoying. Like, I drove there for nothing. At least it wasn't super far, so I'm happy about that. I still need to go to the post office. I've got one package today, and I normally wouldn't have gone because I just went yesterday, but I had a sale and I was like, I can drop it off while I'm out. I tried to go to the post office that's by the auction, because normally it's dead in a doornail at that one, and there was like 5 people in line, and I'm like, nope. So I just turned around and walked out. I don't think so. And that one, there's no way to drop off behind it. It's in a strip mall. So there's nowhere to just drop off your, and they don't have one of those slots in the wall where you can put the, it's a little, like, it looks like it's in some little country town. That's, you know, and there's one postal worker in there every time I go in, and normally there's no people, but today it was very busy for some reason. So, anywho, all right, that's it for now. I am gonna hope that, you know, if I don't find anything at this other one, that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. The last thing I need to be doing really is getting more merchandise. I'm just trying to find things that I hope will sell in the next month, you know? Because after that, I'm done. I can't sell anything. Not in my store. It'll be the flea market, and maybe if I have some bigger things that left after that, Facebook Marketplace, but that's it. You know, it can't be anything that's in my inventory, because that's all going to be boxed up, and whatever's left anyway will be boxed up and put away for the move. So that I can get around in my room and figure out what I'm taking with me and get all the stuff together that I'm going to get rid of. You know, stuff that has to be donated or whatever. Because I know that I've got a couple boxes full of clothes that I need to find. First of all, I don't even know where they are. I need to find them and then figure out if any of that stuff can go to the swap meet. And I'm sure some of it will. So, all right. That is it for now. I'm just rambling.